Lara, and we're here today to have a practice of the Australian Defence Force Physical Fitness Assessment and the elements of that. So the elements are to do sit-ups, push-ups and a beep test, and we're going to be doing some practice running for that. And here we've got Deepak with us.
We are preparing now for ADF PFA, which requires me to do 10 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, and a beep test of 6.5. And
We're going to start with warming up our feet.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're stretching out the legs and the feet and just using the pole there to give us a little bit of resistance so we can rest our foot against that to stretch out the muscles underneath the feet and the calves up the back of the leg and the Achilles, which is just above the ankles and below the calves as well. And so the way we're stretching out the backs of the legs there is just relaxing the knee, stretching out the calves, pulling ourselves into the pole with a straight leg and pushing the hips closer to the pole, and also then leaning away from the pole, which gives a little bit more of a stretch all over the leg as well. Okay. Just keep stretching there until you feel as though the muscles have started to warm up. You can feel the blood flowing, the oxygen's getting through there to all the muscles, and that's feeling really nice and comfortable for you. It's important that we do this because we're activating the muscles that we're going to be using for our run, and it's really vital that we do a really good warm-up to make sure that we can reduce any risks of injuries as well. Now, as well as warming up the calves and the back of the legs, we want to warm up the fronts of the legs next, which is where our quads are in our thigh muscles at the front of the leg. So we do that, as you can see, by just lifting the leg up the back, holding onto the foot, and you want to try feeling the front muscle stretching by pulling the foot in towards your backside, and then also try, if you can, pull your knee down closer to the other leg. And when you change sides, you're exercising and warming up both sides of the body. Do a bit of a stretch out there like Deepak's doing for underneath as well. Okay, leaning into the stretch, making sure you're feeling that muscles, and they're just getting nice and warmed up there. Okay. Okay, so we're bringing the leg stretches to a bit of a close soon, with having stretched out the backs of the legs and then the fronts of the legs, and now we're going to stretch out the back as well. Just make sure we can feel the blood flowing right through the spine there. So just use the pole. It helps to give you that balance so that you can just pull yourself out, let yourself hang against the pole. Just stretch out that lower back and the upper back, and just feel that blood flowing all the way through your spine down to your legs. Give yourself a bit of a upper back and a chest stretch there by leaning back. That's what you see Lara doing there. And then when you feel that your body is comfortably warm and the blood's flowing through your back and your legs, then we're almost ready to move on to a few more stretches and warm-ups. Okay. Okay, so what you can see Lara and Deepak doing here now is they're stretching out the arms and the chest area. This is going to be important that these areas of the body are nice and warm, especially for the push-ups that we're going to be doing as part of the PFA. So whether you're doing 6 push-ups, 10 push-ups, 20 push-ups or more, you really do want to make sure you've got the arm and the shoulder and the chest area all nicely warmed up before you're doing any exertion and straining type of work in that area of the body. So really make sure that you're stretching that out as much as you can. Use the pole. Lara's got her arms behind her head there and she's leaning away from the pole, just feeling that stretch in the upper back again, getting ready for those push-ups that are coming up next. Okay, so again, just using the pole to lean out and away from it. Feel that stretch in lots of different ways that you can. Really hang around the pole and let that blood flow through the muscles there. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do just a little bit more of a stretch and a flow to allow the feeling of movement and freedom in the legs, which is getting us ready for our run. All right, and our running at speed as well. So holding onto the pole, we're just swinging one of our legs through there, forward and back, aiming to get it higher and higher each time so that you're really warming up those leg muscles, those major leg muscle groups underneath the trunk of the body. And then we change sides. Just really feel as though you have that freedom in your hips as well, which will help you to be able to run more quickly and more smoothly as well, and it's less likely to cause any back injuries or leg injuries if you've got that freedom in your hips as well. And nice free flowing movements and warm pelvic area with the blood flowing. Okay, it's really important that we do take our time with the warm-up before we're going to do any exertion and intensive exercise like running or even push-ups where we're putting extra weight and pressure on the body and the joints. This is another twist of the body, again just helping the spine and the hips get engaged and activated so we can get the blood flowing through those major parts of the body that we're going to be using for our running. And again, Lara's there just hanging off the pole again, stretching out her back and just there, letting that blood flow through the spine so that it can quickly make its way up and down the body as well. Alright. Okay, so next what you can see happening here is we've finished warming up using the pole, and we're just going to move away from the pole here now. We're stretching out the arms behind the body. Just feel that blood flowing through the shoulders, open up your chest and allow yourself to twist and feel that freedom of movement. Using your arms now to help stretch out the side of the body and feeling the triceps stretching out there. Roll your body around from the chest up, like you can see what Lara's doing there, and that'll just help to open up the chest area as well to get the oxygen in for when you're doing your running and also for your other exercises, the sit-ups and the push-ups. Okay, so just feeling that air now flowing through into the lungs, the body nice and warm and alive, and feeling the blood flowing right through, and you're feeling really good to be alive. Okay, and this is the end feeling that you want to have when you feel like you're just about ready with your warm-up, getting ready to start your workout. Okay, now getting ready for the workout, and we're going to be before that we're just doing some little touching the ground and feeling our toes if you can, just stretching yourself up and down there one last time, letting that blood flow up and down the spine again. Okay, getting ready now to warm up the feet. Make sure you can feel everything activated, nice and warm, getting ready to really start moving the body again soon. We will do the running after we've done the push-ups and the sit-ups, and we'll just start with a little bit of a warm-up with the core as well. Okay, so here we are going into warming up and activating the core muscles now, and we'll be doing that with a plank hold. We're actually going to go for about 2.5 minutes or for as long as feels comfortable. And when you're ready, put yourself into position, bring yourself up off your knees and hold. Now, you're probably wondering what you can do to help you get through what might seem a long time if you're going to be holding a plank hold for up to 2.5 minutes. So there's thinking about your breathing. You can be zooming in on that. You may find it easier to go outside of your body and listen to the sounds that you can hear in your environment. What do you notice? Is there birds, breeze, traffic, people, bikes? You might notice the breeze on your skin, on your hair. Whatever feels good for you. And before you know it, you've got to the end of your first minute. Well done. Okay, now if you do start to feel yourself beginning to tremble a little bit, when you reach a point where your body's saying, hey, remember me, I'm holding you up nice and strong here, it's really nice to know that it's an opportunity to connect with your body again, be grateful, start to move a little if you need to a little. Deepak is sometimes moving his feet there or maybe looking out and just trying to take the focus off the trembling or the holding and finding something else to do to help the body to get comfortable again with being uncomfortable. And there you go, there's 2 minutes. You can also start to rock back and forth on your toes there. That's another movement you can do to give your body a chance to just stay holding on a little bit longer, and helps you to develop that strength and build that core so that it feels comfortable. Okay, well done. All right, now we're stretching out with our arms reaching forward into like a Superman pose, and then looking up, stretching out the abdominal muscles there. Just really feel the air flowing back down into your internal organs again and the blood flowing through, and you're thanking your body that it's nice and strong and it's working well for you. Okay. All right, so we've done our stretches there. We've got the air moving down into our belly. We're now sitting on our feet or our haunches, bottoms on the heels there, stretching out the upper back again, feeling that air rushing down into the lower back, into your belly, feeling that air filling up your lungs. Really allow your body to fill with oxygen and suck that air right in deep. This is starting to tune into the breathing capacity that we have, that we're going to be using for our sit-ups and push-ups and for our running. So really allow yourself to just get connected with the air that's going to fuel you for your exercise. What nice, slow, deep breathing here. It's deep, slow breaths. And filling up the body and the lungs and the belly and the back with that beautiful oxygen that's going to fuel us. Gets that oxygen to the brain so we can think about what we're doing consciously and automatically. Okay, again raising the bottom up high to the sky and then just stretching out the upper back again. Right. When you slowly bring yourself up from that, you just want to be sitting in a kneeling position there for a while. Just slowing down your breathing again. Really connect with the breath. Right. Allow yourself to feel that air again, slowly going in and slowly coming out. The point of focusing on the breath here is that it's part of our practice and our warm-up. It's what helps us to get ready for our run, is to fill up the lungs. So think about it. It's fueling your capacity and your energy. Slow it down to speed things up, using your breath in control. You've got this. Okay, now that we're connected with the breath, we're going to start practicing the elements of the PFA, the Physical Fitness Assessment. So if you've got a partner and you move in together, it's now time for your partner to hop on the ground and get ready to do their sit-ups. You can rest on their toes if it gives them some stability. Okay, now we're going to go for the number of sit-ups that you have to do in your testing, and what we're going for with Deepak here is 20 and maybe some more. Okay, and then when you're done with your sit-ups with your partner, change over, and it's time for your turn. Down we go, and off we go.
Alright, start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Okay, so when you're finished, it's then time to stretch out the abs. So rolling onto your front there, looking up at the sky, feeling that air rushing down into your internal organs again. And then we'll be getting ready for our push-ups next. Okay, so now we're getting ready to move into the push-up position. Deepak's going to go for 20 is his score, and maybe some more. And I'm going for 10. And if I can, maybe a little bit more too. Okay.
Going 16 and 17, go to 20 and 18, you got this, and 19, strong, 20, woohoo, and more, 21, 22, awesome, 23, 24,
So push-ups complete, and we're just resting now on the grass there, on the ground, and stretching out the abs, abdominals, letting that air get in again, and just allowing the body to recover from that execution and intensive workout for those push-ups. Breathing in nice and deep, feeling it going right down into the belly, into the back, filling up the lungs. Okay, we're doing really well. We've done the sit-ups, we've done the push-ups, and next we're getting ready for the runs. Alright, just a bit of feedback and observation for Lara in her push-ups. You can see that her body wasn't too straight. Her form was a little poor with dropping of her head and a little bit of dropping in the hips there. Unlike Deepak, who is doing a really great job there, keeping his body, spine in alignment and really nice and strong and straight. That's the look that we're aiming for and the feel that we want to have in the body as well. And if you're unsure, the best thing to do actually is if you can video yourself or get somebody to give you some feedback as well, that can help too. Now just remember to keep yourself hydrated before you're doing any running, and you just want some small sips there to make sure that you're not having too much in your belly. Okay, so what we're seeing now is Lara and Deepak just walking, doing their fast twitch muscle activations where they're picking their feet quickly up off the ground as though they're running on hot sand or walking on hot coals, and just feeling the motion of the feet lifting quickly off the ground, and also including the arm action as well with that fast twitch action like a machine that's running. That's what you want to imagine as you're going along with your sprint running practice. In advance, you will have measured out for the sprint practice markers at 80 meters and 50 meters and 20 meters. And what we'll be doing today is running 3 laps, although we'll just see 2 for Lara and Deepak today, but you want to be aiming for 3 laps of your 80 meter sprint. Take a 1-minute break, and then 3 laps of the 50 meter sprint. Take a 30-second break, and then 3 laps of the 20 meter sprint. And if you need to take a 20-second break between each, you can, or you can just go. Now to measure out your lengths, you can use your towels and water bottles as markers. You can use a 20-meter rope, which will actually help you to accurately measure out the length. And or you can just pace it if you don't have any rope, that's fine too. Just remember to make sure that you're activating those fast twitch muscles before you get ready for any running and sprinting, and again engaging the arms as well with your leg movements so that it feels like a machine and you're running on autopilot. You don't really want to have to think too much about the running activity itself. And the reason for that is because then you can focus on your breathing, because it's actually sucking in that oxygen nice and deep and exhaling the carbon dioxide nice and slow. That's going to give you that energy and power to be able to run and run fast. All right. So Lara and Deepak have been engaging their fast twitch muscles now for a little while, and you want to be feeling that in your body and in your legs and your arms as you're getting ready before you do your sprint running practice. Okay, so in your own time, bring yourself to the start line, put your back foot on the start line, suck in that air nice and deep, and bring yourself to a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off you go. Sorry, my mistake there. So Lara and Deepak are doing the 3 laps of the 80 meter sprints today in their running. So I hope that you're ready to keep going with them too as they turn around and go back for the last lap before they pause for their 1-minute break. And that will bring them back down as they're walking then to the 50 meter marker where they'll do their next sort of sprinting 3 laps at 50 meters with a 30-second break, and then 3 laps of 20 meters if needed with a 20-second break in between, or if you can, just go for each lap. And you're doing really well. This is your sprint practice running. It's increasing your lung capacity as you prepare to do the absolute most powerful best in your beep test. On the 50-meter laps, and when they get to the end of that, they'll be then walking back to do their 30-second break while they prepare to do the last section of this exercise, which is their 3 laps with the 20-meter sprint. And they won't be pausing for a 20-second break in between. When they do the last section, they'll just be going straight on for their 20-meter sprints, just as they would in a beep test. Just go, go, go. Nice job there. Good work when you get through the sprint running practice and you're able to do that 80-meter sprint with 3 laps with your 1-minute break, and then the 50-minute sprint with your 3 laps and a 30-second break, and then the 20-meter sprint with your 3 laps, and again with a 20-second break in between, or if you can, just go, 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 because it's just like the beep test that you're simulating then on the last section of the 20-meter sprinting. Alright, with that finished, it's time to then just make sure that you focus back in on the breath and that you're walking around, allowing yourself to recover. Remember to keep yourself upright. You don't want to be leaning over. That's just going to restrict the airways, and you want to get the air right in deep into the belly and the back and really filling up those lungs and allowing the breath to just get right through the body, and the blood will circulate that for you back up to the brain, right down to the feet and the hands. So give yourself that chance to fully recover. Rehydrate as well, and just make sure that you keep yourself upright whilst you're allowing that air to get back in. If you are really exhausted after your sprint running practice, that's fine too. Be kind to yourself. If you need to actually lay down and just relax and rest your legs so that they can recover, do that too. Get yourself on the grass, on the ground, and just allow yourself to focus on your breath. Slow things down. Tell yourself you're feeling fine, everything's just okay, and make sure that you get back in control of your breathing again. You've got this, and you're doing really well. Okay, so once you've gathered in your markers, your water bottles or your towels or your rope, whatever you're using, just bring it all back in close to home so that you can get yourself ready for a nice cool down. We'll be doing that next, and making sure that the muscles are rewarded for the work that they've done for us today.
Now we've done our practice running, sprinting, we're going to do a well-earned cool down.
Okay, so before you go into the yoga cool down stretches, It's important to make sure that you've rehydrated yourself again and that your breathing is calm and relaxed, and that we're ready to conclude our workout session for today. And hopefully you have recovered in your breathing by now as well. So on our hands and knees here, what we're going to do now is just a few cat-cow stretches. So stretch out that upper back and lower back area, just breathing the air right down into your belly and then letting it exhale. Nice deep slow breaths again. Just reoxygenating the body and the brain. And twisting side to side. Just loosening up the hips again. Feeling that flexibility in the lower back and the hips. And just checking in that everything's been working well for you today. You're still injury free, which is what we want. And now we're reaching up to the sky and reaching through, stretching out the shoulder blades and the upper back from those great push-ups that we did before. And this is how we can make sure we can protect the shoulders and keep them safe from any injury as well. Always remember to do the other side, keep yourself in balance. Stretching through. Just if you want to, you can twist your hips a little bit to the side so that you can feel a bit more of a stretch along the lower back and the upper back and down the side of the body as well. Okay. So you're ready? Come back up onto your hands and knees again, and then we're going to lower back down into child's pose. Child's pose is where we can really fully give in to gravity, let the body totally relax, and the shoulders as well. This is really good for flexibility in the shoulders, and we'll be just releasing the shoulders there. Okay, so pulling yourself up, and you've got one leg pulled through there and the other leg stretched out long behind. What we're feeling for here is a nice stretch on the inside thigh muscle, on the glutes, thighs, feeling that air breathing down into the lungs, the belly, the back. With each exhale, see if you can feel the blood is moving through the muscles and helping them to be renourished and replenished. The legs have worked so hard for us today with our running and our sprinting. It's really important to give them the opportunity to have some tension so that they can feel relaxed and refreshed as well. So then we're just rolling with our hip down onto the other side of the foot now. And this is another stretch that we can feel down the glutes and the thigh muscles, hip flexors. It's really opening up that area. Okay, and also feeling for that lovely spinal twist as well. Alright, coming back over onto your elbows, just feeling that lovely stretch all the way down the legs, the glutes, and the back. Now we're changing over and sitting on that heel. Just feel comfortable in that stretch, in that position for the moment. If you want to push your foot back into the grass, you can. A bit more of a stretch and a lengthen. Okay, rolling your hip onto the inside of the foot. And we feel that leg stretching and strengthening. We don't want any straining here. We don't want any trembling. It should just be a lovely, gentle stretch. And just putting length back into those muscles again. Rolling onto the other side of the foot with the other hip on the ground now. And looking back down the line of the body, you can put your hand over your hip there and allow that shoulder to open up the chest and feel that really nice spinal twist going down the back. And a full lovely hip flexor stretch there as well in the legs. And again, we're just enjoying that lovely spinal twist. You can feel opening up the chest and giving us that flexibility in the hips as well. Right, up onto our hands and knees. Okay. And with our feet to the side and sitting down to the side of our feet, we're now leaning back on our elbows and we're stretching out those upper thigh muscles at the front of the leg. If you're comfortable leaning there on your elbows and that stretch is good, then just lower your hands down onto the ground. Really give in to gravity and let yourself feel the fullness of that stretch. Okay, we're getting the blood flowing back into those capillaries and veins, delivering all the nutrients that the body has ready to carry through and to also push out any toxins. Cooling down is so important when we've finished a really intensive workout. It's really a nice way of rewarding the body for having worked hard for us as well. Right, again, just some nice deep breathing, maybe slowing it down, allowing the body to carry those beautiful nutrients in the blood all the way around. Relax. When you're ready, bring yourself up onto your hands and picking your knees up and your feet around to the other side of the body, and down we go again, and stretching out the other thigh muscle now. Just feel those quads that have worked hard for us being rewarded now. Down onto our elbows, and then when you're ready, extending your hands out again onto the grass and right down onto your back for a lovely deep full stretch. And breathe. So we've had some nice, long, slow, deep breaths there with the quads being extended and stretched. Bringing yourself up onto your hands again now and bringing your feet around to the front of you. We're then going to put our backs down on the ground and we're going to stretch our legs out the front. I'm going to do some more hamstring stretches and see if we can get a little bit more lengthening happening in the back of the legs now as well. So pulling the knee into the chest, and give yourself a little bit of a foot flex there if you want to rotate your ankles. We're then going to lift up that leg. Doesn't matter whether you're doing your right or left, just one that's good for you. And with your hands behind your legs, wherever you can reach, just slowly lowering the foot in towards the face or even the knee towards the chest, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're not trying to stretch or strain and cause any tremors or shakes here. That's not the objective. What we're wanting to do is feel a nice gentle stretch up the back of the leg. Because the body's warm, now's the time for us to help encourage it to stretch out those muscles and to let the blood flow with more nutrients to make those muscles nice and strong again for us. So we can gently allow the legs to stretch a little bit more through the power of our breath and exhale. Okay, so with that knee pulled in towards the chest, we're now going to use the same hand on the same knee to pull that knee down to the ground, and we're opening up that hip again and just feeling that nice stretch. Bring the other hand over to the knee and pull the knee across the body, and we're feeling that nice spinal twist again. Let your knee fall down to the ground if you can, with the opposite arm extended out from the shoulder, and just enjoy that lovely spinal twist there, engaging that hip flexibility as well. Some lovely deep breaths there again. And then bringing that knee back onto the chest again. Pull the opposite leg up towards your bottom there. You're going to fold that raised leg over onto the bent knee with the foot on the ground, reaching through with your hands to the knee. It's got the foot on the ground, lifting that foot off the ground, and feel that extra hamstring stretch there through the glutes again. And breathe. Okay, so with this lovely stretch, we're now going to raise that foot, give ourselves a little bit more of a stretch there with the hamstrings, gently pulling that back of the knee closer towards the chest, with the foot still raised, and bring it in and change it over with the other knee on your chest, hugging that knee close to the chest. And breathe. If you want to raise the foot and try to feel that stretch again along the back of the leg with the knee bent and relaxed, as long as the foot's raised. If you want to have a go at trying to straighten the knee a little, you can do that. Again, no shaking or trembling. We're not putting any pressure or stress on the joints or the muscles here. This is simply a cool down, relax. Okay? And we breathe out as we stretch, or as we pull the muscles into a little bit more of a stretch. Exhale on the stretch. Okay, so now we're going to just fold that knee down again, and with the leg bent and the knee on the chest, just grabbing hold of that knee with the same hand, pulling it out to the side, down towards the ground, giving yourself that lovely hip opener stretch again. Change hands, bring the other hand up onto the knee, and then when you're comfortable to pull it over to the other side of the ground. Give yourself that lovely spinal twist again. Relax, breathe, enjoy the stretch all over, all through, all around. Okay, some lovely deep breaths there in that nice spinal twist. And when you're ready, bring your feet both round in front of you, stretch them out on the ground, with your hands extended by your sides, and we're lying here in Dead Man's Pose. We're going to go for 20 long, slow, deep breaths, which is about 3 minutes in this video, and this time is all yours to enjoy the rewards and the rest that you've done your best. So you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes now. This has been a lovely refresh and relax. Roll your knees over to one side and just feel yourself rested there on the ground. When you're ready to pull your hands up closer towards your face, you can slowly push yourself up off the ground, moving slowly, just allowing that body to feel the strength slowly coming back around to you again. Right, and with your feet to the side now, bring them around behind you. We're going to go into a downward dog. Moving from cat-cow, we push the hips up off the ground, away from the ground, pedal the feet out and twist those hips again. When you're ready, you can bring your feet towards your hands, or your hands towards your feet, and as we're in this nice deep stretch, just use your hands to climb back up your legs, so you're lifting your body and your head back up on top of your shoulders and your frame again, rolling your arms and stretching them over. Clasp your hands behind you, stretch out your chest, looking up at the sky, letting that air come in nice and deep. Thank you to your body, thank you to your partner, and thank you for watching today.
And namaste to you. Thank you for watching.
Namaste.
Okay, we hope you enjoyed this ADF PFA presentation and workout for today and for the training with the PFA Physical Fitness Assessment elements to prepare you with the sit-ups, push-ups and the warm-ups that you'll need for the ADF Beep Test. And we did that today by practicing the 80, 50, 20 metre sprint practice and by also having a lovely cool down at the end with some yoga body stretches and a nice relax as well. If you would like to share this video with others, please do. Or if you would like to leave any comments and feedback or requests, please scroll down to the bottom of the page and do that too. If you would like to see some more physical fitness training exercises and videos or anything on good nutrition, please like and subscribe to this channel. And if you would like more information on what we covered today, please see the links below.